Hey guys, we're back. Restore Thrive. We're doing this one-handed tonight, talking about our model of treatment when it comes to helping people solve just some basic problems with pain. This is what we call our upstream, downstream model. So real quick, this is what that means. Let's take two examples. First, we'll talk about low back pain. So if you come in and see us, and you say, oh, my back just kills me all the time, and we look at your back as just being this isolated part of your body, oftentimes we don't get to the root of the problem, which is things that are going on below and above. So for back pain, one of the big things we'll look at here, if you come around, if we were to get you on the table, and you guys can do this yourself as well, if we get on the table, and I put a hand under my back, and I'll use my right hand, and we'll look at my left hip here. If I start to pull my knee up towards my chest and my knee gets over the crease of my hip, but as I do that, I feel my low back smashing my hand, what that tells me is I don't have good hip range of motion. So now, every time I sit, if I sit in a chair that brings my knee up over my hip crease, I'm going to round through my back, which is going to just overload and cook my low back. So if we don't treat that dysfunction, that stiffness in the hip, will probably never solve that problem in the low back. So that's just one example of looking downstream at an upstream problem in your back. One of the other ones we'll see commonly is shoulder issues, and that can be just with reaching behind your back, that can be pushing weights overhead. If we just treat your shoulder like it exists by itself and don't look at things like a rounded thoracic spine, so if my middle and upper back is rounded forward and I try to reach overhead, I'm not going to be able to get my shoulder all the way over the head, and I'm basically turning off my rotator cuff and hanging on that joint in the shoulder there, which is going to really fry my rotator cuff and my labrum. But if I can fix my posture by bringing my rib cage up to normal level, by getting my thoracic spine extended, all of a sudden my shoulder range of motion drastically improves. So what we're talking about again is really how to solve some of these problems that seem like they never go away, like a shoulder that just constantly aches or aches every time you do overhead pressing or pushing, or a low back that every time you bend over in the garden to do some weeding or do some gardening starts to really aggravate you by the end of the day. Sometimes it is just your shoulder or just your back, but more often than not, there's contributing factors either above and below. So if you need some help solving these problems, you guys can click on our website restorethrive.com. We do offer consulting and treatment one-on-one. We hope you guys find this useful. Feel free to leave any comments that you want in the comments section below. We'll talk to you guys again soon.